Today I'm going to show you how to remove the control center from a 2021 Nissan Kicks. There are 4 screws that hold this system in place. There are some aftermarket options that I'll get to here in a little bit. But we're going to need a pry tool, a Phillips screwdriver, and I have a 90-degree screwdriver, or you may need a stubby, depending on how long your Phillips screwdriver is. But we're going to start with the pry tool. And in order to get to the 4 mounting screws, 2, one at the right, one at the top, and one here that hold the center in place, we have to remove the panels around it. So we're going to start with our pry tool, and there's a panel that comes up on the left side of the AC controls just below the stereo. I'm going to pry at the top of this to release this and pull this back a bit. Now the reason for that is it sort of intertwines with the panel above it, of course, and this panel does not come off until you have freed it up. Next, we're going to take the pry tool, go to the end of the dash. Here at the end of the dash, we're going to remove this side panel. There is a little pry mark here, so we're going to start right here with our pry tool and go into this opening and pull this side panel up. It will release. We probably have a tough clip up here at the top, but we want to pull this out because there are a couple of pins on the side of this panel that go into openings, so we have to make sure we pull this out far enough and then pull the panel out. Now the easy way to get this back in is to grab the weather insulation and pull it back a little bit. This will allow you to get this piece back into place down here. Line the pins up, like I said, the pins. There's a pin here at the top that goes into an opening here, and then there are several clips down the side that when they line up, you snap it in, it'll go back into place. So you want to put this piece back in, line the pins up, put the clips in, snap it into place, and then place the insulation back over it so that it goes back into place. With the side panel off, we're going to have one screw sitting right here that we want to remove. This holds the panel on across the side of the dash. Now we're going to set this panel to the side and move on to the glove box area. There are 6 screws that hold this glove box into place, 4 along the top and 2 along the bottom. One is on the bottom here on the right of the airbag. We're going to remove this one screw on the right. On the left is another screw, but this one's set back a little bit further, and it may be difficult to see without a flashlight, but we're going to remove this screw as well. Now we're going to open the glove box, and there are 4 screws along the top we're going to remove. One on the very right top here. One on each side of the latch here. See our website for the speakers in this car. We'll get those posted as well, so if you need speaker help, let me know there. And I've also seen a Bose system and a Rockford Fosgate system in these, so depending on the models, and when it comes to kit and wire harnesses, that can change. Now with the 4 screws along the top and the 2 along the bottom, we should be able to grasp this assembly and pull it from the dash. We will have a light affixed here at the top. When you open the glove box, the light comes on. If you pull this off too quickly, the whole assembly will snap off, but you can snap it back into place. It does line up and snap back in. You can either remove the fixture and then remove the glove box and set this to the side. Or you can decide to push the trigger in on the side of the connector while it's attached to the glove box. This will release the connector and do it that way. I find when it comes out that the whole assembly comes off, disconnect it, put this back on the box, and when it comes time to put the glove box back in, it's easier to put a connector in rather than hold it all up and try and squeeze this back into the glove box. Anyways, we now have the glove box removed, and this is going to give access to what looks like 2 screws along the bottom here, but one holds the vents in place, and then we have this one that's over to the left here. We're going to remove this screw, and now that is going to allow us to free up this whole panel across the top. I'm going to step up here and go to the edge and give it a little bit of pull pressure. Sometimes this doesn't sound good, but we're going to work our way along this panel. This can be done with a pry bar as well. You can see it releasing. And there we go. We got all the clips there. And this panel will remove, and we'll set this one to the side as well. Now this gives us the 4 screws I had mentioned earlier. We're going to remove these 4 screws. This is going to give access to the connectors and harnesses in the back. I mentioned there is a kit available for this car. Again, depending on the system you have, the kit may include the AC controls because of communication between this unit here and the AC controls. So you may have to replace, the kit may require the AC control replacement as well. Usually the basic models do not, because this is more of a, I wouldn't say manual AC, but it's not hooked into the audio system or the control center here. Alright, now we have these 4 screws removed. This is going to allow you to pull the unit from the dash. Okay, now that we've got the unit out of the dash, there are many connectors back here. There are antenna, power, communication, power in and out to the speakers. These connectors, similar to the one that came out of the glove box for the light, have the little trigger on top. You squeeze it down, squeeze the trigger down, squeeze the trigger down, and these connectors will all wiggle loose. Now for aftermarket, you're going to need an antenna adapter and a wire harness that will mate to your aftermarket car stereo, and usually those colors all match color, or the wire harnesses all match color for color, and that will help you hook it up and plug it right into work. Hope this video has been helpful. Please subscribe. See our website for speaker removal, which will be up soon, and thank you for watching.